This is my dad. I love him very much. He taught me so many things. I can still remember when I was just a little kid and he was teaching me how to ride my bike without training wheels. I fell down quite a bit, but he was always there to help me up and dust me off. When I scraped my knee, he would kiss it better. And when I got tired, he would carry me back home on his shoulders. When I grew older, we would go fishing together every summer, and he would teach me how to cast my line and bait my hook. But most importantly, he taught me how to be a good person. To be honest, respectful, and kind. I think that as children, we never really understand how lucky we are to have such wonderful parents. We take them for granted, don't realize how much they do for us and how much they love us. It wasn't until I became an adult that I truly understood what a great man my dad is. He's the strongest person I know, yet he's also the most gentle. As a kid, I would sit on his shoulders and he would walk around the house pretending we were going on an adventure. He always smelled faintly of pipe tobacco and leather, which made me feel safe and secure. And whenever I was scared, he would hold me close and tell me everything was going to be all right. His hugs were the warmest and tightest. And even now, if I'm feeling down, I can still feel better if I just think about one of his hugs. One of my fondest memories of my dad is when I was about 12 years old and I had braces. Well, one day my bracket came loose and I was in a panic because I had to go to the orthodontist, but mom and dad were both at work and no one could take me. So I called my dad at work and explained my problem. Without hesitation, he immediately left his work and came to rescue me. Although he had to get a stern talking to from mom when he got home for prioritizing me over his job, I knew that I was the most important thing to him. As I grew older, I realized that having a dad like mine was a blessing. Not only did he teach me how to ride a bike and fish, but he also taught me how to fix a leaky faucet, mow the lawn, and change a tire. My dad showed me how to navigate the world as a man. He showed me how to be strong, brave, and compassionate, but he also taught me how to laugh and have fun. I remember so many nights when we would all be gathered around the table eating dinner together. Dad would always make us laugh with his funny stories and jokes. He was the best storyteller, and his jokes were corny, but we loved them anyway. There were also times when I felt like giving up on life. When I was a teenager, I struggled with depression, and I felt like I didn't have anyone to turn to. But then I would look over and see my dad working in his garden, tending to the flowers and vegetables with such care and dedication. And it reminded me that life was worth living. It made me want to get up and face the world with a smile. There are so many things that I owe to my dad. He taught me how to be a man. But he also taught me how to be a good person. He showed me how to treat others with kindness and respect, no matter what they looked like or what they believed in. I remember when I was in college and I started dating a girl who was from the Middle East. She wore a hijab and her family was Muslim. I could tell that some of my friends were uncomfortable around her, but my dad didn't seem to care. He welcomed her into our home with open arms and treated her like one of the family. When she visited, he would ask her about her culture and traditions, and he would listen intently when she spoke. Another thing that I admire about my dad is his patience. He was always willing to listen to me when I had problems or when I needed advice. No matter how busy he was, he would make time for me. Even now, if I call him in the middle of the workday, he will answer and ask me how I am. One of the things I remember most about my dad is his sense of humor. He was always able to make me laugh when I was down, and he never took himself too seriously. I remember one time when I was in high school and I was so stressed out about an upcoming test that I was crying. My dad came up behind me and gave me a big hug and said, "Hey, you might not know this, but you're pretty awesome." And I couldn't help but laugh. That's just the kind of dad he was. He was always able to make me feel better when I was down. As I got older, I started to notice other things about my dad. I started to notice the small things he did, like how he would always buy my favorite cereal when he went to the grocery store, or how he would leave little notes on my pillow when I was sick. I started to realize that he was more than just my dad. He was my hero. And now that I'm an adult, I've come to appreciate everything my dad has done for me. He sacrificed so much for me, and I know that none of it went unnoticed. Now that I'm older, I try to be just like my dad. I try to be a good man, a good husband, a good father. I try to be everything my dad was and still is to me. I hope that someday my kids will look up to me the way I looked up to my dad. Well, the truth is, as I sit here writing this letter to you, I realize that I haven't told you enough times how much I appreciate you, how much I love you. You've been the best dad a kid could ask for, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Thank you for teaching me how to ride a bike, how to tie a shoe, how to be a man. Thank you for being patient with me when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, when I was a young adult. Thank you for being the best role model a kid could ask for. I love you, Dad. The greatest gift that my dad ever gave me was his love. His love gave me the strength to overcome hard times and the courage to pursue my dreams. Because of his love, I believe I can do anything. All dads are special, but my dad is the best. He's the strongest, most gentle, loving, and caring dad that I know, and I wouldn't trade him for the world. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, but especially to mine. You are the best, Dad. I love you. So how about you? What is your dad like? What are some of your favorite memories with him? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.